Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Hi. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Frank Scafuri, and I'm shy. No, I'm not really shy, but I was really shy when I was a kid growing up, especially going through the school system. But you know, it was through singing that got me out of my shyness. My mom tells me that when I was about 3 years old, there was a very famous song on the radio being sung by a singer named Johnny Ray, and the name of the song was "If Your Sweetheart Sends a Letter of Goodbye." She said I would stand next to the radio at 3 years old and hold something that would represent a microphone and sing, "If your sweetheart sends a letter of goodbye." And I'm thinking, if she remembers that when I was 3 years old, and here I am today at this age, I've been really fortunate, and knock on wood, because I've been singing all of my life. I remember at age 17, I was sitting at the dinner table, and it was a typical Sunday afternoon. My mom, being in an Italian household, I should say, my mom was at the stove preparing the Sunday sauce, and my dad sat down with me, and he knew graduation from high school was going to be ending, or coming closer, I should say, and he said to me, "What are you going to do with your life?" So I said, "Well, I'm thinking I want to be a singer." He said, "You want to be a singer?" He said, "That's not going to happen. How are you going to pay your bills? You think you're just going to walk out, sing a couple of songs, somebody's going to pay you, la 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 la, thank you very much, and that's it?" He said, "You need to work with your hands." So I said, "Dad, I can appreciate everything you're telling me, but I need a chance." He said, "No, either become a teacher or work with your hands." He just didn't understand the concept. He worked with his hands down the piers and working on fixing cars and clocks and things like that. But my mom was the encouraging one, and she said, "You've got to let him do what he needs to do." So that's what I did. I went out, graduated from high school. I was taking voice lessons in my second to last year of high school anyway, and I was in varsity chorus all those 4 years. So I had a pretty good idea. It was going to be a rough road, but I had a little bit of a foundation there. So I got my first job at a gas station, I remember, and the organist from the church came over to me and said, "Listen, Frank, I know you love to sing, and I need somebody to sing for a wedding next week." So I said, "I'll take the job." I did that wedding the following week. He came back after the wedding was over because I had to go back to the gas station and work. He handed me an envelope with $15. I said, $15? This is amazing. $15 I just earned in like 20 minutes. And I'm working here all day pumping gas and polishing cars. I said, I got to go forward. So I talked with my vocal teacher and I said, "Listen, I need to do something with my voice." And she said, "Well, let's try out for Juilliard and the Manhattan School of Music. You've got nothing to lose." So now these schools didn't accept popular singers, but we did prepare a lot of classical music for them. A couple of months later, I got a letter. Knock on wood. I was very fortunate. I was accepted to both schools. And later on, the school I chose, which was Juilliard, the dean told me that I was one of the youngest people they ever accepted in the vocal department. And I was very, very happy about that. And I was very proud of that fact that he would even tell me that. So, comes around to a couple of more semesters of Juilliard, and I'm thinking, I still got to earn some money here because it really is kind of difficult. I'm a student, and what am I going to do? I got into the club dating business, where I learned how to sing at wedding receptions, and I learned how to front bands, and then I found this popular music. It was great. I met up with another musician who had this great idea for a big band. Lo and behold, Columbia Records wants us to record for them. So how did this all happen? From the seed that was planted inside of me from when I was a young child.